surprising how a single line can end 2 years together. I didn't realize it until her. It's surprising how a single line can end 2 years together. And I didn't realize it until her words left me sitting there with my heart caught in my throat, wondering how something so fragile could collapse with the weight of just a sentence. 2 years, 24 months, over 700 days of building something I thought would last, erased in less than 10 seconds. When I think back on it now, it's almost laughable the way I had convinced myself we were solid, that nothing could shake us. We had built memories like walls, laughter like mortar, and I thought that meant we were unbreakable. But sometimes it isn't the storms that tear things down. Sometimes it's the slow erosion you don't notice until the foundation caves in, and all it takes is one line to send everything crumbling. We met in college at a coffee shop during finals week, and it felt like a cliché that actually worked. I was the quiet type, the one with headphones in and a laptop glowing late at night, while she was the loud, outgoing energy that filled every room she walked into. She asked if she could sit at my table because the place was packed, and I remember thinking that she was way out of my league. But she sat anyway, ordered the worst combination of drinks I'd ever seen, and kept talking to me like we had known each other forever. That was her gift, making people feel like they belonged in her world. Before I knew it, I was hooked. We fell fast, the way young love usually does, with late-night conversations about nothing and everything, with impulsive road trips where we got lost and laughed about it, with promises whispered into each other's skin that felt eternal in the moment. Our first year was magic, the kind that makes you think you've stumbled into something rare, the kind that makes every song on the radio sound like it was written for you. She was my person, or at least I thought she was. But real life doesn't stay in the honeymoon phase forever. Slowly, cracks started to show. They weren't big at first. Arguments about where to eat, about who forgot to do laundry, about how much time I spent gaming while she wanted me to be more present. But they piled up. She told me once that she wished I had more drive, that I settled too easily into routine, that she felt like she was always reaching for the stars while I was content just standing still. I told her she was too restless, that she never knew how to slow down and appreciate the moment. Looking back, maybe those were signs we were growing in different directions, but at the time I brushed it off. Every couple fights, right? Every couple struggles. And every time we'd argue, we'd eventually make up, usually with her head on my chest and her fingers tracing lazy circles on my arm, whispering apologies in the dark. I convinced myself that meant we'd always find our way back to each other. But slowly, she started pulling away. It wasn't obvious, not at first. She still said, "I love you," still kissed me goodbye, still posted those Instagram photos where we looked like the perfect couple. But the little things changed. She stopped asking about my day. She started filling silences with her own stories, and when I tried to share mine, she seemed distracted, like she was already somewhere else in her head. Her laughter felt lighter, but not in a good way, like it was floating away from me. She started working late, or at least that's what she told me, and hanging out with friends more often without inviting me. I told myself she just needed space, that she was stressed, that if I just held on, we'd find our rhythm again. But deep down, I think I already knew. She was halfway gone, and I was the only one still pretending we were fine. The night it ended wasn't loud or messy. There were no slammed doors, no screaming matches, no dramatic scenes that you'd expect from a breakup. It was quiet, too quiet. We had just finished dinner at her place. Takeout from that Thai restaurant we used to love, though the food felt tasteless that night, and we were sitting on the couch, a show playing in the background that neither of us cared about. She muted the TV, turned to me with this calm expression that I didn't understand, and said, "I don't think I love you the way I used to." That was it, that single line. And in that moment, everything shifted. My brain scrambled to find the right words, to convince her, to beg her, to remind her of all the memories we had built, all the nights we swore we couldn't live without each other. But nothing came out. I just sat there, stunned, staring at her, realizing that I was looking at someone who had already let me go long before I was ready to let her go. She didn't cry. She didn't yell. She just looked relieved, like she had been carrying this weight for months and finally set it down. I wanted to ask her when it happened. Was it gradual? Was there a moment she knew? Was it me? Was it her? Was it someone else? But the truth was, the answers didn't matter anymore. Because once someone tells you they don't love you the same, you can't fix that. Love isn't a switch you can flip back on. Once it dims, it doesn't burn the same way again. I left her apartment that night in a daze. Rain soaking through my jacket as I walked home, but I don't even remember feeling wet. I just remember feeling empty, like I'd lost not just my girlfriend but my best friend, my partner, the future I thought I was heading toward. The days after were a blur. Friends told me I'd be okay, that I deserved better, that she wasn't the one, and maybe they were right. But in the moment, none of that mattered. It just felt like grief, like mourning someone who was still alive but no longer mine. I kept checking my phone, half expecting her to text, to say she made a mistake, to say she missed me. But the text never came. And slowly, painfully, I had to accept that it never would. It's been months now, and I'm not shattered anymore. Just changed. I still think about her sometimes. Not with anger but with a bittersweet ache. She taught me what it feels like to love deeply, and she taught me what it feels like to lose that love. Both lessons cut deep, but both shaped me. What haunts me the most isn't even that she left. It's how simple it was. How all it took was one line to undo 2 years. That's what I'll never forget. How fragile love really is. It doesn't always end with betrayal or chaos or some big dramatic moment. Sometimes it ends in a whisper, in a single calm sentence that shifts your whole world. And when it happens, you realize that forever can turn into never in less than 10 seconds.